So today's the day we finally got a set of cinema lenses for the Nikon ZR. Up until this point, for the past 5 months now, all I've been shooting on are my Sony Sigma E-mount lenses, and I've been using them with this Viltrox E to Z adapter. This is an autofocus adapter, which does mean that I can get full autofocus using Sony lenses on the Nikon ZR. The adapter itself is super thin. It's very, very small, which is nice because we all hate big, thick adapters. But essentially, you take your Sony lens, mount the Viltrox adapter onto it just like that. Take the body cap off the Nikon, mount it on there just like that. We now have the Nikon ZR with the Sony 24-70 or the Sigma 24-70 f2.8. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this setup. The autofocus works, everything's snappy, everything works as it should. The reason why I wanted a set of cinema lenses is because photography lenses just don't have enough character, and even when shooting with a fast lens where you get a lot of bokeh behind your subject, it just feels like it's missing something. Not to mention, all my wide lenses for the Sony that I currently own are all 2.8. So whether it's the 16mm, it's the Laowa 10mm, it's my 16-28, which I'm filming on right now. These lenses are all f2.8. My 24-70 is also f2.8. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I would like a little bit more background separation behind me because this is a small room. I want a lot more bokeh. I want a little bit more separation. Anyways, enough talking. Let's show you what lenses I got. So this is from Thypoc. Comes in this super nice case, and this is a set of 5 Simera-Cs. So we have the 21mm T1.5 right here, which is probably the lens that I'm going to be using the most, especially because these videos here, I either film them at 16mm or 24mm. My social content, my YouTube videos are all filmed around that focal range. So 21mm is going to be a really, really nice lens for these types of videos. Second up, we have the 28mm T1.5. And these lenses are actually surprisingly small. I thought they were going to be much bigger than this, but they are tiny. This is the 35mm T1.5. They're all T1.5, which is nice. So everything's pretty standard across them, and the sizes are all pretty much the same as well. This is a 50mm 1.5, also very, very small. Nice big optics on there. At last, we have the 75 T1.5, which is the only lens that's a little bit bigger than the rest. Nice big front element on there. The set also comes with shims, but you don't really have to worry about that with the ZR and the adapters, which I'll get to in a second. It comes with screwdrivers, it comes with the owner's manual, and obviously this beautiful case. Now, if I wanted to mount these to the ZR, Thypoc also makes these adapters. So this right here is actually the one for the ZR. You can get the Thypoc Simera-Cs in Sony E-mount. However, if you get them in E-mount, even though I can use the Viltrox E to Z adapter that I've been using on the Sony lenses, you're kind of locked with these lenses only being used for Sony or with that adapter. Having them in M mount allows you to mount them to a ton of different camera mounts. So I would definitely get them in M mount if you're looking to pick them up, and then just end up getting the adapters. And it's a locking adapter, which is nice. I'll show you exactly how that works. But essentially, we'll take this off. We'll take that off. This is what the adapter looks like. And on the edges of it, you have these locking signs here, which you turn and you can lock it. And then there's also this master lock here. When the white is showing, it's safe. When the red is showing, it's not safe or it's not locked in. So essentially what you do is you take one of these lenses, so let's say the 21mm, take off the end cap. This is what the ends of the lenses look like, similar to like a PL mount. So very simple. The Thypoc mount has a red dot on the back there. Line up the red dot, with the Nikon's dot. Now, once it's locked in, you want to make sure that the logo is set to the unlock button. And then you want to take the lens, line up the three, might be hard to see, but the three red dots up here. And you want to line them up with the red dot on the adapter. Just like that. You also want to push in, make sure it's flush. And then while you're pushing it in, rotate that dial till the red dot passes past the lock or moves past the lock a notch or two. And then you just want to flick that lock switch, which is like a double safety. And so now this lens is ready to go. It's mounted on the ZR. Let me just throw the Nikon up so we can get like a side-by-side comparison. Obviously, it's not going to be a perfect side-by-side comparison. We're comparing, you know, Nikon with Sony, Sony colors, Nikon colors. Okay, so this camera is the Nikon ZR set up with the Thypox Simera-C 21mm t1.5. That over there is the A7 IV with the 16 to 28 on there from Sigma. So gonna give us two different looks. This one, a lot more background blur behind me, which is interesting because this camera is also a lot closer to the background than that camera. But again, we're shooting at T1.5 here, or maybe like T1.8. And that over there set to f2.8. But yeah, I really like the image coming out of the ZR with the Thypox Simera-Cs. I think it just has a lot more character. It looks a lot more pleasing to the eyes than photography lenses. Now, one thing I will mention is obviously I've had these lenses for about a week now, so I haven't had the time to shoot some crazy things with them, but I have shot in some clips here and there. And so one thing I have noticed is if I have the ZR set up with my Sony lens or my Sigma lens, and I'm using all the exact same settings, the same white balance, the same tint, same everything, and then I record a clip, and then I throw the Thypox on, the colors, the tone, the highlights, the highlight roll-off, everything just looks so much more richer and smoother with the Thypox over regular photography lenses. And I think that's just the difference between the character that these cinema lenses hold over just generic photography lenses. Now, one of the nice things about these lenses is that they're all T1.5. So when you're shooting in low light, you're not gonna have a problem with it being too dark or not being able to gather a lot of light, and T1.5 is gonna be more than enough for a lot of situations. I was just at an Audi event where they launched or showed the public their first Formula One car for this year. Very dark, very dim environment, and I was shooting with the Thypox 21mm, and I didn't have any issues. The videos came out incredible. In terms of shooting in dark situations, having the ability to shoot at T1.5 or bring it down to T1.5 is really, really nice. T1.5 is nice to have. Are you gonna be shooting in it all the time? Probably not. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you. I'm gonna take off the Sony. I'm gonna throw the Nikon on. I'm gonna use the Nikon for the rest of the video. Okay, so we have the Nikon set up with the Thypox T1.5, 21mm on there. Just like that. A little bit out of focus. So we're in focus right there. Now keep in mind, we are shooting in the H.265 profile on this camera, which in terms of the red raw is not as sharp. It's not as good. Is the ceiling crooked? The ceiling's crooked. Or like it's lopsided, whatever, regardless. Anyways, what I'm getting at, so we're shooting at T1.5 right now. Obviously the background is a lot blurrier than shooting with the 16 to 28 f2.8. I personally think it looks a lot better, blurrier, especially in this small space. It gives me a little bit more separation. Now what I'm getting at is with that T1.5, the focal plane is so thin that right now I'm in focus, but if I kind of go like a couple inches in front, I'm gonna be out of focus. And if I go too far back, I'm gonna be even more out of focus. So I kind of need to be in the perfect spot, like probably right here, because that focal plane is so thin. So what I'm getting at is a T1.5, you might shoot in it all the time, you might not shoot in it as much as you might think. For these types of videos where I know I'm gonna be still like this, yeah, I'm gonna shoot at T1.5 because I think it looks incredible. But if I wanted to really, you know, dial it in, I can always just change the aperture just like that. It's got a smooth aperture ring, and then just dial in my ND filter, something like that. We're shooting at like f2.8 right now, so obviously you can see a lot more of the background, but we'll go back to that 1.5. And just like that, I don't know, I think it looks way better. I think the Thypox are a lot more richer. They have a lot more color. The highlights are a lot more smoother, and everything just looks a lot more, I don't know, a lot more richer, a lot more creamier, I don't know, a lot more pleasing to the eye. Also, if you didn't know, Thypox and DZO are basically the same company, or they're sister companies, or I don't know how that works, but they are, and they sent me this Kata zoom to test out. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I probably won't do anything with this, but it is a very, very cool lens, 70 to 135. And the coolest part is it has a mount that I think every single camera should have, where you can actually, right now it's in the Z mount, but you can actually remove the back of the lens, which is the mount portion, and swap it with like a Sony E mount. And so basically one lens can be used for every single camera that you own. Very, very cool. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about the Thypox or the ZR or the combination of both, let me know down below. Be happy to answer them. It's been really cold here in Canada, so I haven't been able to go outside and film anything cool yet. So I'm definitely gonna get out there, shoot something. Maybe today because the weather's warming up a little bit, but that will be for a future video. This was kind of just an update where things are at, an update to my gear kit, because I know you guys love those. So yeah, that's today's video. If you guys want to see more content about the ZR, the Thypox, make sure you're subscribed. If you enjoyed this video or you want to show your support, make sure to click that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.